the world's first Sparky was wrong.
How many did you write yesterday?
That's yesterday. No one actually knows. There's really no way to tell. Who's to say?
Well, we'll see if someone will say something at the end of this one as Boomie versus Stingray. Game number 1 in the grand finals. Again, Boomie on that Reno, Stingray on the Black Knight.
Now, overall, this is similar but also different to Small Brawlhalla. Of course, it's much bigger than Small Brawlhalla. It still just has a one single soft main platform, or hard main platform, really. Yo, that bounce, honestly, that might have helped Boomie a little bit by sitting him down instead of going to the D-Sig. But they're not going to be long sidewalls. Barely getting through that neutral signature. Stingray still looking pretty good this game. Nice down air. Boomie has to be so careful anytime he does a D-Light because Stingray's been punishing them so much. And that, as a Blasters player, when you're basically not allowed to do your KO combo starter, that's not good. That's a bad state for Blasters players.
I mean, you need that KO combo tool. Otherwise, you're going to be struggling, and right now, Boomie struggling in the matchup against Stingray. Again, he mixes it up, right? He went for the side light nairs on the last stock of Boomie. This time goes for the side light down air. Boomie gets a down light side air, and that will even up the stock count.
He's not too far behind here. Stingray's going to spawn in. He's looking for that weapon spawn. Does go immediately in unarmed, feeling very confident in the pressure he can exude onto Boomie. Has the spear in hand. One thing I really love about Stingray that we mentioned a little bit earlier was that he's done so many good things with his spear, so many good things with his lance, so many good things with the signature kit on both weapons. He has truly mastered this character in every single way.
This is the classic Stingray. He's looking so good. This is what we wanted to see from Stingray. Is like, why don't you ever go back to the Black Knight? Because that's what you came out with, and you look so good on it. But Boomie hits the side sig.
Boomie attempting the down air. Stingray not going to engage on that whatsoever. Again, he knows he's in the lead. He doesn't have to do anything crazy. He doesn't have to force himself into a situation where he is uncomfortable, where he might take an L, and that's why he's been playing so well today.
Some great movement from Boomie. He's actually pretty healthy right now. If he finishes this stock off of Stingray, this could be good, and yes, he will as he hits the side air. Good positioning from Boomie to catch Stingray on the parallel, gets him with the side air, and suddenly this is even.
He ended up picking up that stock and shrunk the lead that Stingray had. It's minuscule at this point. One hit the other way, and Boomie is dead even with Stingray. D-Light goes for the side light, of course, because Stingray was in the white when that D-Light picked up.
Yeah, that's that early combo that gets a little bit more damage than downlight side air would. So you see Boomie very optimal with when he decides to get that downlight side light.
A lot of dodge circles happening right now. All my Crocky fans out there loving this one.
I mean, they're jockeying for the position. Neither one of them wants to make that mistake because, again, that set momentum can be so valuable. And right now, Stingray has a lot of momentum in this one as he gets game number 1.
Pretty solid damage on that final stock, too. Stingray was in a great spot when he ended up taking that one. There's that down air. Went for the D-Light. Immediate punish. Not just a single move punish. Not just a second move to punish, but it also led to a KO. Gets the side air there with the spear to take out yet another stock. Almost picks up the side air right there, but we don't even have time to finish that because these two players are moving into the next one.
Staying on Demon Island for game number 2. Boomie hoping he can find that adaptation against Stingray. The timing changes not quite working out enough against him.
Sidewalls really haven't come into play whatsoever. We don't see those extended offstage engagements from either player. If they happen offstage, they're really like high into the left or high into the right. Ooh. We aren't seeing much of that wall be a major player in this set.
Oh, he touched.
He touched. Reset.
And he's Boomie.
He wanted that ground pound to finish that stock, but he couldn't find it.
Stingray holds on for dear life, but he took so much damage, and another side light side air might be enough. Boomie trying to read high. Wall touch again from Stingray. And he's still alive, sitting on this wall for a while. Goes for the ground pound.
Oh, this could be real bad.
Weapon toss. Boomie gets the wall touch. Stingray can't deny.
He was just a little bit too slow to get the D-Light into the ground pound. He had his dodge, right?
Yeah,
he could have used it.
It was so close to being finished, but Boomie holding out, using that neutral sig, something that's really hard to challenge vertically, and Stingray wasn't able to, but side sig weapon toss, and Stingray evens it up.
so quick to find that stock and have his choice of weapon. The spawn comes in. Boomie's able to grab it. You saw Stingray just completely move away from it. He knew Boomie was going to have iframes for basically the entire time until he got to grab that weapon. So there was no reason to really push hard and tunnel vision onto that weapon spawn.
And now we are in an even game. Stingray, a little delayed on it. Didn't read the dodge down that time.
Oh, he actually got the nair. He also got the dodge because he picked up the nair on the final frames of that dodge coming out. Got some nice damage on it. Both players basically stacked on the ground, running to the left side of the stage. Boomie now running to the right, trying to put a lot of space.
Oh!
Really played that spacing game. Caught Stingray in the air with the neutral sig.
I mean, that's reminiscent of what happened in game number 1 between the two of them, right? Where he goes for the end sig and Stingray accidentally jumps into it, but he gets past it this time and gets a nice little side light side air. Down sig, not going to be enough. This isn't small Brawlhaven, so that won't KO.
It's so crazy how well Stingray uses the D-Sig on Lance. Like, if you're an Orion player, you're probably just, like, throwing it out on the corner because that's what you do. You're an Orion player. You got your Orion shirt on. But he uses it so well in so many different places and finds hits all the time.
Oh! An unfortunate slip. He thought he was going to
dude.
touch the wall. Dips a little too low. Fortunately for Stingray, Boomie is incredibly damaged here. So Stingray could still finish the stock off, but suddenly Boomie, building up damage, gets a nice 3-piece.
The first time the sidewalls really come into play between these two players, it's a goofy SD that ends up being the result.
Boomie going for the wall taps. Gets back up safely. Stingray finally finishes the stock with a ground pound, just covering all sorts of options from Boomie. A lot of space taken up by those ground pounds, but Stingray is behind.
He threw his lance away right away so he could grab that spear. He wants to stick with that. His spear, man, I swear, the way that like Ethan was playing earlier today, Spear's getting some love here, especially from Stingray.
Spear players overall looking pretty good this weekend. We even saw like many in 2v2s. Right now, though, Boomie doing a really good job building this damage. Stingray doesn't get the dodge read.
Dude,
Ground pound.
Like, Boomie's in the lead right now, but Stingray is adding up this damage, and anytime Stingray... Oh! I didn't think that was gonna hit, and it did!
The gravity was just a little too much, pulling Stingray down into that weapon toss, and that was enough for Boomie to take game number 2, tying this up 1 apiece.
There's the side air. Weapon toss immediately comes out.
He thought he was over it. He thought he was high enough.
What a long-range toss to lead to the KO, and we are tied in this set.
But here we go. Game number 3. Stingray with every weapon advantage. Downlight connects, but Boomie with the wake up.
Went for the D-Light recovery there as the option. Has to be careful. Dude, anytime he throws out these D-Lights, I swear, like, he either gets the KO and it's huge, or he gets punished, and it's also huge, but a different huge.
Oh, tried to go for the dodge read. Goes for a read of his own. Stingray doesn't hit the end-sig. Boomie doesn't his end-sig.
Oh, the weapon toss. Another weapon toss.
Okay.
If that would have hit him, oh, that probably would have been the stock right there. Boomie dipped so low, but he also drifted enough to the left to get away from it. Almost a KO off the top. If we were on small Brawlhaven, that would have been a KO.
Gets past, down sig's not connecting. Oh, the weapon toss hit stuns Boomie long enough for the recovery, and the side air will give Stingray the first stock.
Choice of weapons coming out. Is it going to be the spear? No, he's sticking with the lance. Blaster's coming out for Boomie. Nice 2-piece for Stingray to open this one up. Avoids most of the moves.
It.
Boomie held to the right too hard. Neutral sig comes out, still gets the KO. Boomie evening up the stocks, but he is reasonably behind. 50 damage compared to Stingray.
This is still anyone's game, though. There's enough health on Boomie that he can bring this one back from the brink. 2 stocks each. Stingray with the spear in hand. He has not been finding those dodge reads that he was so successful with earlier on.
There's the side light, goes for the nair afterward, moving more in the direction that he sent Boomie. We'll see what the next mix-up is off of that spear side light that he hits. He has so many different options that he's been going for, more than like any other spear player out there.
Downlight doesn't connect with the neutral light follow-up. Side light nair. Patience from Stingray. Doesn't go for the immediate gravity cancel end sig this time.
Spear in his hand. There goes the D-Light. There's the side light. Oh, he immediately goes into the D-Light. That was the mix-up.
The change-up, right? Instead of trying to read, close your eyes and hit the downlight. Get the downlight recovery, and Stingray He's going to try to get that extra credit.
Stingray holding on to this stock as long as he can. Gonna eat a D-Light side air. Still living. Touches the wall. Gets hit with the down air. Gonna be the spiking option. Boomie gets back up to the main platform. Picks up the orb. Again, still about 50 damage behind Stingray.
I love that play from Boomie where he'll hit, I think it's a side light, and he'll go for immediate dash jump, gravity cancel, down light to catch that dodge down from the opponents. And he's been so good about that. It looks so clean, and that's one of the pieces that led to that KO. And now we're in final stocks here on game number 3.
Look at the footsies being played between these two, completely overspacing each other, being very careful in how they choose to commit. That time he tried to go for the same thing, and Boomie was ready for it. That time it's a different option, the delayed side light. Boomie's adding up this damage. He's still a little bit behind. Now he's basically even.
Hitting the nair, juggles. Boomie disarms himself off stage. Good weapon toss, catches the down air, down sig, and Stingray gets another one. He's one away from getting his first ever gold medal.
Being up 2-1 in this set is massive for Stingray. Beautiful side air lance KO. Didn't even need the weapon toss there. Chasing him up, touches back down on the ground. There's the side light, D-Light into the recovery, gets the KO.
1 game left for Stingray to be crowned the SteelSeries Invitational Champion for North America.
Tell you what, Moist Esports let that tweet rip saying Boomie won a little bit too early. I might be sweating them right about now.
Well, you know what? The set's not over yet. There's still time as Boomie just needs to win 2 for the 2 wins that Stingray has to be completely negated.
Down air, Stingray completely overspacing it. Weapon spot comes in. He gets through Boomie, does take 2 hits, but picks up the lance. Immediate punish on the neutral signature.
Nice juggles, hits the recovery. Boomie gets the first stock. He's got some health to play with here. He can get some extra credit.
Juggling his weapons just a little bit. Gonna deny the spawn for a little bit longer, but it comes right to Stingray.
Got him with the side light, but can't get more. Again, Boomie changing how he reacts out of that side light.
Making his way over to the wall. No major pressure from Stingray. He did get the dash in D-Sig, didn't make a connection.
A rare miss.
Wow, this is so close. You know he wants to find this stock. The D-Sig bouncing off the main stage, getting the KO off the top.
And the lead is diminishing. Stingray evens up the stock count, can't get the dodge read. Boomie doing a good job staying outside after he gets hit by that side light.
About a minute and a half into this game. There's the side light. They're just trading blows back and forth. Dead even between these two players. So we are getting deeper into this game. Both of them on second stock. That's huge.
Oh, he goes for the straight Sair, the weapon toss.
No shot. He's getting back. Gonna lose that stock. Boomie is put onto tournament stock here. He's got to find something quick. Stingray's got a massive lead in this game. He also has a 1-game lead in the set.
Stingray is 1 stock away from closing this out and being crowned the champion. Boomie's got to bring out the biggest guns he's got.
So many of these moves are being punished by Stingray. It's really starting to slip away from Boomie.
He might need to recite those blasters. They were so accurate against Luna, but now Stingray avoiding it all, just barely fast falls underneath it. Boomie's holding on, but he can't afford much more. A down sig would do it. A down light would do it. Punish!
Oh, Stingray has not found himself in the top 3 for so long, but he finds the gold medal in the SteelSeries Invitational.
Just like that, Stingray is crowned the SteelSeries Invitational champion, and off the back of the Black Knight, not losing a single set, wasn't even worried about the reset.
Incredible work from Stingray today. The best Brawlhalla he has ever played, and not even just because, like, oh, he got first place. Like, you put his Winter Championship tournament footage or any of the other top 3s that he's gotten way long ago, you put that up against this tournament footage, it cannot hold a candle to the Brawlhalla that he played.